Go tshireletsa Rachel ga gago go sentse lapa le go sentse setšhaba se ka moka.
Re maphodisa ke bolelele wena ga o question ke nyaka gore o phile everything on a post ga o mpakela
Babili, let's have a look. Hurry, come on, Babili. Come on.
Bona batho ba ke ba ka go bona ba ile go bolaya sa go rutshabe yona o tshabe go khole ke sepele ke tla boa nkemele ntshepe Rachel
are ile gore go bana mo tlere
be Right, come on, let's up. Ufedile, vyasule fast. Ghost. Yes. Awusana bu. Zamaya mana kalimema mo. Vyasule fast Ghost.
Skeem. Sika. Well, Fika. Yeah. Skeem. Skeem Saam.
Ghost, Togane, Jambola, how come to Chafel? You're not a son of Cattle Toy. I don't know what you Namo. The Mona, when I kill a little talking Mula.
When I know you're going to change and
Tola! I give you away. Come on, can I play a short kitten? Tola. Go to tell Richard. Come on, uno computer, who can't share a prova, or Kabaka Richard. But now you see some talking little more. Okay, little money, look at Mulau. Mulau, I put the root. Go, yes, you say. What? Tola, my leg to go to Chagao. Oh, Mushafini. Come on. You are under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you care, you get to in the horror. Rachel Kumut, Uswerum. Uswerum, my pillow touched it to fetch moments in Wakorki. You're unarticulate of moon. Are Such, what evidence?
Thank you.
Safe travels. Let's hello. I'm glad to see you here. I thought no teacher came.
Maybe Mr. Mao from working the circuit.
Yes, yeah, it is. He just came here to make things official. Angere, you know that Mama Swatla had to attend to an emergency medical procedure. So she then recommended me to the circuit to step in her position.
As acting principal?
Well, no. I'm just stepping in for a few weeks. So, until she returns, of course.
I mean,
thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Let me notify the others. Greetings, teachers. I'm sure you guys have received your emails by now. Please do report for duty as we have things to iron out. Thank you.
Yo, what? No, I didn't realize the situation was this bad. I'm not going to be able to William police say, woman, it's not that bad. Yet, later, it is that bad. Okay, Ricky wanna the videos just fly. You know, low fly out on low sepela on a bed. Fly sharp, man. But the whole fella or our melody video, what's the variant? Oh, I fell, yeah, I was a liquor water back since funeral last week. I'm sure what we're today. Because I can't have them knowing about this. Yeah, well, someone's going to tell them eventually. So it's better or when on Pocha or Kaboto would say exactly what happened. Or like Mare, Rachel, Kiana, Kiana mastermind of this whole drug thing, but we better take a shakwal benkeling like a kunut. So, King, Womutush. Hey, nah, get working on I mean, why would these guys just beat you up for no reason?
Okay, sharp. Mkhotsa fly. Mara ga tsere motho la o phela maphelo a majwana. Motho mongwe yena le Rachel ba berekishana mmogo. Go tseba mara nna ga ke tsebe selo. Fetho phosho ya ka go gore ke own a night club. That's it. Hello.
Leto, ke nna. Ke tshwerwe.
So nyaka nna ke dire.
O ka kgona go tla go mpona?
Ya, ka se gona.
Gona go ra gore ke tlo botsa maphodisa ka taba tsa gago le Tarika.
Mafelelong, go tla go ba le custom.
Baby, ba nyaka dirolo mo ba di kry.
Ke go tshelo tse ka kwa storeroom. Ke nagana gore motho mongwe ge re ka reka se sengwe sa di-stokonyana re ka kgona go ja di-custom.
Let's ba ke setšhaba sa le se re senyeditše. Wa le sa fa maphodisa maina bona mara.
Letetse go kaone gore ba ke bona phoso ka nto e ba e dileng. Ba tlile mo ba leka le go nthuša gore re tlhokiše le.
O tlhokiša mo tlo buša stoko sa rena mara.
Wa bona letetse. Ge go na le motho e le gore o tshwantse gore a sware mo ke ola Rachel.
Mma, na tseba le lena gore bopapa ga le ba ka se thabe. E re tlogetse se se Rachel a tshwariwa kere.
E le gore le tlo tshireletša mmola yola go fitlhaneng mara.
Mma, bopapa they always tell us gore rena as family re swanetse re be ngatana e tee. We must protect each other no matter what.
Lebenkele la rena le wele letsetso ka baka la Rachel. Ga le be le ena o kae? O nyamaletse.
O golego Rachel mma. Just ska ba le ka mpotša maka. Batwa, o seng jalo o tla mšhala morago. Ene o poditše dilo ka moka ka wena ra.
O rileng mmamaka o?
Ko fa monyaka wa mafelelo Salamina gore o mpotše dilo ka moka ka Rachel le di-drugs tše tša gago.
Unfortunately, ma'am, that's not possible. We can't give your son an extra 2% khora pass. He needs to work hard and earn the 2%. Mama, Ma, I'm just a stand-in for Mem Maswahla until she returns. Oh, yes, I am sure even if I did speak to her, she wouldn't. Hello? Unfortunately, sir, Principal Maswahla had to attend to a medical emergency. She'll be gone for a few weeks, but get out to say. Like I said, a few weeks, sir.
Dr. Hlungwane.
My apologies. Dr. Hlungwane. Get out to say.
Wa tseba wa makatša ka lena ba ga kudu gore a la ithuta selo ka taba smart. Ka mo le lobile dilo tše dintši. Mara gona taba. O lokile. O jate.
Letetswa ke re wa bona Rachel gore tsentšitše ka mara ga mokuta ba. Ngwanyana lo tshwantse gore a lefe ntho nngwe le nngwe ya e dileng.
Ma. Bopapa le matlhatsa ga le batle go tlhoba e fe ba boditše nnete.
A nna ke lapile letetswa ke lapile o ikgafela lena batho ba ga kunutu. Ke lobile le gae laka ka lebaka la se wena o se dirile go semaki. Ga ne bele ke lobile lebenkele laka ka nyaka go bolaiwa ke setšhaba ka lebaka la Rachel. Hai. Ka mo yena o ka ikunutu. O ntlogetse gore nna ke rarabolle maraga ke lete. Hai.
As you can see, this is how much your son got for his science exam. Probably the same results happened with the other subjects. This is why he failed.
Probably. That's what you're saying. What population? I feel more uzalo and do it like you did.
Yeah, I'm saying probably because I'm just the science teacher. I'm standing in for Mem Maswahla, sir. But I know for sure that if we can go around and asking all the other teachers, Amukelani Hlongwane is a problematic child, sir.
Bana ba rena ba tla phasa bjang mo le gore ha ona molao le mo sekolong se. Yeah? O fitla matšatšinyana fela shetse wena o le school principal.
Oh, okay. Please stop yelling. It's not going to change these results. I'm asking us to work together so that next term we are not faced with the same problem.
Are you saying it's my fault here?
No. That's not what I'm saying. Doctor, I'm just saying that had you paid a closer attention to your son's schoolworks and his books, maybe you would have spotted that he's actually struggling and needs help.
Ge le sa tlhole batho ba ba senang mangwalo, le tlhola batho ba ba senang maitemogelo. Like bana fela and ke mathata fela mon man.
Yo? Please, I should have gone to Matoma and I should feel the heat.
Ma'am, I don't know how Mem Maswahla does this, but like my head is spinning.
Yani, I'm afraid Lena have bad news. Agona le mortwana moti utlileng. Agona motho.
Ma'am, so, but you can see I can't do this without you. Ma'am, Yakoba kuba untuse.
And then, what did I say?
Re nyakile go bola ke shaba tsoko kwa shopong ya lare. Tsangebe kosta ska tu just tshine sela sa go ngebe re go ile wa tjhatsa.
And pala resho ba go betse.
Awa. E fela fly yana ba mo morile go tena. O ile sepetlele fela go tshoke maphodisa gone jwale.
Se ba be ke nagana gore o hwa Tarika o tlo go fedisa dilo tse ka moka.
Mpeletse mo re jang.
How so ga se obvious. Ke nyaka gore o nthuse go tswa mo.
Le roba go tšhatšetše.
E fela ba beile o le ka go nthusetša. E fela ga se ke bolele selo.
Yeah, but now I'm not going to tell you. Go ba neng o sa go mane state lawyer.
Leeto. Kwa ena e leng gore ke mo tshepile. Ke a go gopela se ka ntahla. Bona ghost o nyakile go mpolaya ene ke nagana gore maruthi ke ena a nthekisitseng. Ka mo Alfred le ena o ntlhoile. Ro batho ka moka ba ntlhanogetse. Ke gopela gore se ka ntlhanogela le wena.
Okay. Ba. Ke ra gona bopaka ba ile go bo le wa just straight le transgel. So a gona ga le ro ba beila o tshwara mo for more than 48 hours. Ska le ba le gona gore o tswe ka mabarebare.
Oh, so se ra gore nka sepela.
Yeah, unless if you clearly go back mo ba ile ra ga o pharamola ka ona. And if that's the case, gona
Elo gore go mo molaong gore o mpie mo lefelong le nako e telele ntle le go ntatofatsa.
Wa se ba ntwa go tsefa felo fa kore. Ke fetša go ba le poledišano ya go kgatlhiša le Salamine mabapi le wena. Ragele. Jwale. O ka nne ipobola. O fedile.
Ke a bona gore o le ka go dira. Nyaka go ntlhalefetsa. Ha se ka se šome seo.
So o kgetha go ya go le go.
E a wa nka no ya go le go. Ntatofatsa. Gona evidence akere. That's okay. Next time before ntse o nkisha ka mo netefatsa gore o na le evidence. Otherwise ke tlo go sua. Podisanyana le la se tsena le.
Just because he's a doctor, he thinks he can just throw his weight around. I don't know when he'll come back, ma'am. Mara get our update. Okay. Please, a speedy recovery, ma'am. Thank you.
Dilo, come ka di gabotse.
Yeah, ke my maswala. She had her surgery this past weekend. Yeah, she doesn't sound too good, but she'll be fine. She'll be fine. Colleagues, thank you. Thank you for finally joining us. Even if it's in the afternoon, get it. But thank you. No. Guys, I didn't ask for this. Give me maswala recommendile. Utamaile aya ko sekete and I put my name up. I didn't even know. I only knew on Friday.
Okay.
Ke iputšiša gore go tlile bjang circuit office e tšea sephetho sa go kgetha wena go ba tlhogo a sekolo a lebakanyana mola ka mokana ga ena le tseba gabotse gore wena ga o na le maitemogelo a bolaodi.
Yes.
I have been in senior positions before. In my previous schools, I was the youngest HOD, and I was working closely with principals.
Oh, okay. So, ka bogora gore wena wa re phala.
No, I am not saying that. I also don't even want you guys to refer to me as acting principal. Ke title ya me maswahla eo. O tla eng ka go? All I'm asking for from you guys is commitment. Let's just give these kids the best.
Wa tura go tla mo acting principal. Why le sa re fe tšhelete go namela? Or le re rekele dijo something. Or re be motivated. A re go tla mo mahala.
Okay, colleagues, on that one, askis empa ake khono promise. Ke tla bua le me maswahla. We'll see what she says.
Tšo re a leboga gore la le ditše dijong tša matena magongo wa tseba ke be ke tlhoka ka moraga letšatši le ke bileng le lona.
Yeah, no. Mira que hay, va. Ya, es van.
E lo Muna ka mo wena.
Ke tlile go gopela tshwarelo. Ka tseba ke dirile phoso ka itswalantšha le batho ba e leng gore ga ba loka. E fela ke le tshepiša gore ke feditše ka bophelo bja mokutong.
Rachel, ga se mathomo mo sobolela selo se o se bolelago.
Ke a tseba e fela ke tišitše gone bjale. And-e le monna yo le o kotsi e leng gore o bankgapeletša go dira dilo tše ke beng ke di dira o hwile. So ke ikemišeditše go thoma bophelo baka ka boswa.
O lebogelletšetšo ka re ge nke be go ya ka nna nke bo o bonela kwa kgolegong.
Oh, letetšwe ke a leboga ge o se wa ntlhanagela.
Rachel. Ka di le wena. Ke di tše bo papaka. Ga le batla nyama kudu ge nka be go motlogetše ya ka bogologong. But you belong there. Wa tseba ge ke sa gola bo papa be ba phela ba mpotša ditori tše di botse ka wena. Ora ke a bona gore ga le ba mpotša maaka. You just a curse. So what, man? So ke se se mang? O maka. Le bo papao ba nyiko lo tlhokofale because of who? Your so-called sister. Ke no ka e gane bjale? Spetlele. Barutwana ba bangwe ba ba tsena university ba tlhokofetše because of your so-called sister. No polo. Inner. It's an inclusion monkey because of stop. Tamai. Umukwela. Hey. Umukwela ke. Are tswa. A o sa le photsa family wena.
Matlhatsi mona go. Ke tloga ke le moso.
O re kositše botlhoko ka moka Rachel. Nko o no lebala ka reng e tswa maphelong a rena Rachel.
Ke maso. Ke maso ke ka nna.
You're not much like.
Chasing.
Ole skeem, ole le sika, ole le fika, on fait la scheme men out. Ne manipule monopoly ni la bufelo, me tlotlo ya hago je wa mo go ga di table, la cruise gon take over. Dimanaka says surviving the changeover, but I proved them all wrong as a soldier dawn. Some wrote songs, I kept quiet and told my team, hold on. Limoli Fifi, I'm on the rhyming and follow where the sound leads.
Hello guys, so my name is Esedeke and this is risk management strategy for trade with profitless signal group, and this video is an advisory video that will help you because one concept you should understand in the market is no single trade is guaranteed to win money. No single trade is guaranteed to win money, and if you don't apply proper risk management for every one of your trade the same way, your chances that in the end of the week or in the end of the month or in the end of the year you're going to be profitable is small. So that is why we apply risk management. In fact, way more important than your strategy, way more important than the signals I'm going to give you, you should be very, very big on your risk management. So all I'm going to share with you is the strategies that I use personally for my own risk management. And since you're going to be trading my setups, it's wise that you also use the same risk approach to every trade as I use. Now you can tweak it to fit you, but it's advisable that you always apply risk management to your trade so that you don't blow your entire capital in one trade and then the next trade now becomes a trade that should have won money and you now start regretting that you lost too much in the previous one. So I'll be showing you just straight to the point, not too much grammar, just what to do for risk management. And let me start by saying that every strategy you trade has an edge, right? Has a possible outcome, which is probabilistic. And that probability could mean that you win 30% of the time. It could be 35, it could be 40%. But I would like to stick with the one that even if you win only 3 of the trades, that's 30%, right? That's the most realistic number. Now we have traders who in the past couple of years have done 50%, but if you see a trader doing 90%, that's in the short term. But on long term, the number always comes around 40%, 30%, 20%, 60%, whatever the number is. That should guide you on how to apply your risk. While I may have 50, 60, 70, or even up to 88%, I will not like that to reflect in how I trade. So I will always look at myself as if I'm only winning 30% of the trades I take. That is 3 out of 10 of the trades I take, and I apply my risk management accordingly. So I'd like to just show you a little note, right? Number one thing you're supposed to look always, number one thing in risk management is how much are you risking per trade? How much are you risking per trade? Because this number has to be a number that you're comfortable losing without triggering your emotions. So whatever that number is, you should use it to find a percent of your account that number reflects. So let's say, for example, you're managing a 15K pro account and you're only comfortable losing $50 per trade. That means in any trade, you should not risk more than 0.3% of that account. That would be $50, which means every time you open a position, you should set your stop loss with a mathematical number that supports you losing only $50 in that trade, and we will calculate that in return. So let's use the 15K account as case study, and for a beginner trader who is risking 0.3%, it means you're risking $50 per trade. So $50 per trade is our risk here. And then there's another thing called risk to reward. It means for every time you put X amount of money into a trade, you are expected to get out X amount of profit. And that number could be 1:1, which means you're risking $1 to make $1 profit, which means by the end of that trade, you're going to only be adding $1 to your account. Or 1:2, which means you're risking $1 to try and make $2, which means at the end of that trade, you should have plus $2 in your account. And 1:3 means you're risking $1 to try and make $3. So by the end of that trade, you should have $3 added to your account. Now, what is this risk to reward? This risk to reward will protect you since you lose more and you win more. You win less. So let's use my own 1:3. A lot of people do 1:5. A lot of people do 1:10. But the most achievable risk to reward in the markets is the 1:3 model, because you can easily find the swing in the market that can give you 3x of what you're risking. So you're risking 20 pips, that is $50. It's easy to target and get 90 pips, right? I mean 60 pips, which is 3x of your risk. So I am going to model 1:3 because that is what I trade. So which means you're expected to gain 150. So which means every time you take a trade, you are risking $50 in an attempt to make $150. And that is simple. Which means you will have 2 losses, right? Which will lose you $100. But if you eventually win just one, that would potentially give you $150, returning you profit of $50. That's simple and sure what it means. Now, this number will now mean that for me, that say that I win 30%, let's use benchmark, 30% of my trades, which means if I have taken 100 trades, I have risked 1% each time. 1% each time. Now, this 1% on my account, since I am risking 15K account in this case, I am risking 150. That is for me. Some people risk 0.3, which means they are trying to risk 0.3 to make 1%. But if I risk 1% each time for this mathematics, it means out of the 100 trades I have taken, I will lose 70. I will lose 70 times 1, which means 70 of those trades is going to end in a loss, which means I've lost $70. I mean 70%. I've lost 70%. Right? Let me not use dollars. Since I'm using percentage, I've lost 70%. But the 30 I am winning will be returning me 3 times of that risk. So I am winning 30 times 3, which will be equal 90%. So when 90% cancels out 70, I am in 20% profit. That is simple and short, the mathematical formula that supports risk management, giving you advantage in the market. And why am I so certain of this? It means that you're not looking for your win, you're not looking for your profit in a single trade. You're not even looking for that profit in 3 trades. You're not even looking for it in 5 trades. You're not even looking for it in 10 trades. That's why most people give up after 4 losses, because they feel like their model is not working and they get tired, they get frustrated and they leave the market. But you don't stay long enough for your formula, which is your risk management and your strategy, to play out in the market. You only measure your trades in 100 trades. And if you have a 30% win ratio and you are applying a risk to reward of 1:3, which is what I use, it means that every time you open a trade, you're not expecting that trade to return money or lose you money, right? You just open a trade because the trade conforms with your entry model. And you can go 10 losses and you're not panicking. You can go 20 losses and you're not panicking. But you know that in eventuality of you completing a 100 trade sample size, you will have 30 wins. So you should have the confidence to play the long-term game. So you're not looking for that profit in 1 trade, in 3 trades, in 5 trades, in 10 trades, in 20 trades. You're looking for it in an average of 100 trades. So you should proportion your account such in a way that you can take 100 trades in your account. So if you have $1,000 of real money, you should divide $1,000 into 100 places. That is how much you should place a single trade with. If you place a single trade more than that, it means you have a shorter time to blow your account, which means if you're trading on $1,000 account and you have the mind to open a $100 position, it means if your strategy has the capacity of giving you 10 losses, in 10 losses you blow your account. But if your strategy works 30 out of 70 and you divided your account into 100, it means when the 30 eventually plays out, you're going to end up in that account with 20% profit. And you could have 100 trades in 1 month. You could have 100 trades in 3 months. But I would always like to say it in 3 months. So let's say, for example, you have a 15K prop account, and whether you've passed it or not, you're looking at 20% in 3 months. So the first month you could be trying to pass it 10%. The second month you could be trying to pass phase 2 5%. That is 15%. In the third month, you've recorded 5% pure profit, and that is $750. And you now divide that back by 3, which means you've made an average of $250 pure profit every month in that account. Now, for real accounts, it's different because it is your money and you can withdraw every time. If you deposit $1,000 and you make 20% in 3 months, that is fantastic. Don't follow big screenshots because these stuffs are not sustainable. That model is not sustainable. The model that promises you 50%, 100%, 200% every day or every week, you can make it. I can potentially make 20-30% of my account in a day, but it is not sustainable. It's not something that you can do every month for the next 1 year, for the next 2 years. So what I would advise you following my signal is do a 1:3 rigs, and let's see what 1 month will look like. That's why I'm giving 1 month free access to everybody, right? 1 month free access. And I am telling you for certain, if you follow my signal, the entry point, the exit points, whether take profit or stop loss, and then you apply a proper risk management based on this guide, you're going to sure close the month in profit, or you're going to sure close your 100 trade sample size in profit. So if you want to do this, you could go deposit maybe $50, maybe $100, maybe $1,000, or even purchase a prop account, right? And then you could let this thing play out in 100 trades. Don't give up in 10 trades. Don't give up in 20. Just proportion your account into 100 places and just keep risking just 1 portion per time, right? That is what I needed to paint us today. Now let's go back to step 2, which is how do you calculate your stop loss value or your dollar value. So let's say I'll still use a 15K account. You can use your calculator to get the actual number for your account size. Or let me use a 10K account. So a 10K account, and I'm trying to risk 1%. If I'm risking 1% on a 10K account, it means I'm risking 10K divided by 100, that's $100. So I'm risking $100, right? I'm risking $100 per trade. Now, if I am risking $100 per trade, I am trying to make $300 in that trade. 3%. I can lose $100 50 times. I can lose $100 50 times, and that is just half of the account. Now that does not work in pro account. That's why I was making mention of using 0.3 in the first instance, because for a pro account you have what they call a drawdown. So what you're now dividing is not the entire size of the pro account, is the allowed drawdown, which is now the $1,000. So when you're looking at this, you're trying to risk 100 to make 3. And how do you determine your stop loss? And every trade we take, every trade you're going to see us take, especially on gold, you will get some on BTC, you will get any other currency, but it's going to mostly be gold, right? 80 to 90% of the times I trade only gold, that is XAU USD. Now, your stop loss will mostly be determined by the analysis per time. There is no fixed stop loss. So sometimes you could see 20 pip stop loss, sometimes you could see 30 pip stop loss, sometimes you could see 40 pip stop loss, right? But this number is not static. It's not static. What should be static should be the amount you're trying to risk per time. That is what is static. When you now divide these amounts by the account size, the percentage you're trying to risk per time should also be static. The number, your lot size per trade will change based on the percentage and the pip value. So you will have to calculate it accordingly. And what you're doing in the essence is that you're trying to find the lot size. And that lot size formula I'm going to drop for you so that you can use it and calculate what lot size you're supposed to use for every time you see a signal coming. The signal can show 30 pips, and that 30 pips you're trying to risk $100. What you just do is you divide that 30 by 100, that is 100 over 300. That will be 0.3. And that 0.3, since it's gold, that value is direct, so it's going to be 0.3 lot size. And by the time you do your 0.3 lot size and you drag your SL 30 pips down, you will see that SL will be around $90 or around that. So it's a fraction. So whatever number you have to do, you just divide that through. I will send the actual formula so that we can work on it. So with these, we'll be having a lot of analysis. I will not just drop signals. We will have analysis so that you see how these signals are gotten. That is not just wake up and then decide where you buy, decide where you sell. No, these are well thought out process. The process of coming out with a signal is well thought out, based on data. I don't trade just information, I trade data. What is the market doing? What is the market reacting to? And how can I jump in to benefit from that move? That's simply what we're going to be looking at in the next 1 month, the next 2 months, in the next 3 months. Let's see how to make money from the market consistently, following a proper risk management and the trades I'm going to send you. So enjoy the ride, guys. Cheers.